What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Out of the Darkness. I am your man Q. So, we are continuing our read into the Linwood interview, or the interview that was conducted on behalf of Linwood. It's been a compelling read. Uh, Definitely have uncovered some things that I would rather have not known, but at the end of the day, ignorance is bliss, but we need to know what's going on within our government. Now, as I've said every other video, I am not condemning anyone. I am not claiming that this is gospel. It's just important that if we have a whistleblower come forward and bring information, that we at least hear them out. This man is giving a testimony, and he is risking his very life to do so. So, anyone who's willing to put their life on the line, I am willing to at least hear them out. So, wanted to get into that with you guys. Let's get going. So, we are talking specifically about the Dirty Trick Squad. The interviewer starts off. All right, so I'm going to ask you if we could get into some more of the details with the Dirty Trick Squad and how Rosenstein was part of that group, and if Roberts had any type of interaction with the group as well. The interviewee: Dirty Trick Squad was just a nickname. It certainly wasn't anything official. This was a group of people that were either dirty or they controlled. I was one that was controlled. There was Rod, Sean Henry, he was FBI, Sean Bridges, Secret Services, Joseph Rossetti, who was with the DEA, Alan Borshak was ATF, Gregory Utz was TFO with the DEA, but he was formerly Baltimore County Police. That was the basis of the Dirty Trick Squad. You had the computer experts, you had the muscle, you had the tactical experts, and that's what they were doing. And then there was the other group in Fort Washington. He was running one down there. This was the satellite location in Baltimore, just for the really illegal stuff: illegal communications, hacking, phone tapping, you name it. They concentrated their main focus all the time. Title III judges, federal judges, but they would go after anyone: political rivals, sitting politicians, anybody that needed to go after. They needed to go after anybody they were pointed at. They went after family members of judges and compromised people as much as they possibly could. They had no problem hacking computers and planting information to compromise people. This is something they had done numerous times. Rod had done this for years and years, so had Sean Bridges, where they would finagle a case that they had before the court, where, for instance, they would arrest a gentleman and he had money, he had property, and he had the resources to fight them. They didn't like that, so Sean would go in, plant child porn on their computer, and what do you know? Oh, the examination. Now you got this on there. I don't know anything about it. Well, it's on here. We're going to charge you. And then he didn't want to go, he didn't want that to ruin his life. Didn't want to go to prison as a pedophile. You know that what happens and things, and they would use this as leverage in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cases, and then he would plead. The person they would charge pled to a lesser charge and would not show up on his record, but he would have to forfeit property, money, things like that, and they would skim their percentage off. Sean Bridges was particularly good at it. It was his specialty, and he had done this at the county and state levels and got in trouble a couple of times, which is why he came under the sight of Rod Rosenstein, who got him up to the federal level. Sean did not like Obama, didn't like Hillary. He had access to the White House, to Air Force One, the CIA. He had those kinds of clearances as the number one expert on forensic study of the computers for the Secret Service, then for most of the government. Interviewer: Now, Was he a government employee? Was he a contractor? What was he? Interviewee. He was a Secret Service. He was a Secret Service agent. Interviewer. Okay. Interviewee. A full Secret Service agent. So he had access to all these things. Because of his clearances, because of his expertise, he would go anywhere. He was often in the White House, texting the location of the president and Obama and what they were doing. He hijacked into Obama's BlackBerry just for fun, things like that, and shared messages with people, hacked the girls' phones. I mean, it was nothing for him. He had a list of people that he would just call up and watch them do their daily stuff. He was just truly gifted with computers. I'm good at computers. I can do any of it you need, but he was just one of those people born to do it. He can do it like breathing. He's a violent person, which bellies his size. He's only about 5'9", 5'8", and he's maybe, 120 pounds. When he's not drinking, but he is a violent person and arrogant, and he's all about the money. This was the core group of the Dirty Trick Squad, and that's all they did was hack people, steal information, alter emails, manipulate things, and sell intelligence, launder. Sean Wesley Bridges, the Secret Service agent, was the foremost expert on e-commerce and Bitcoin. That's what he's actually in prison for, and their illegal profits that they would skim off, or they would target people with cash or different bank accounts. Anything they could skim, they would run it through Bitcoin. He'd launder it for them. And he still holds millions of dollars online in various accounts. He also holds several passports and will disappear as soon as he's released. Interviewer. Do you know where he'll disappear to? Interviewer. Central or South America. He's discussed Argentina and Colombia as possibilities because his wife's family is from there. They have family there. He was able to purchase illegitimate passports and documents from governments in South America, and he has the money to do so. He's all about the money. Interviewer. Can you tell me about Alan Borshak? Interviewee. Borshak, he's ATF. He's retired now. He's a nasty piece of work. He gets involved in his official capacity with the illegal gun running for Fast and Furious. He was the one that made sure the paperwork stayed clean and things came back in the country. They were spying. Guns supposedly that would be tracked. Then he made sure things stayed clean as far as the serial numbers, things like that. He's been dealing guns his entire career, as far as I know. He has lots of disposable money at his disposal. He has lots of cash at his disposal and things like that. He lives very well. When Rod started falling out of favor with the DAG, they felt that there was already thoughts. Borshak, they felt that their protection was leaving. So Borshak and Rosati both divorced their wives, no contest, put everything in her name, paid off their existing house with, I think Rosati was over $300,000 and Borshak was even more in cash. Brought another house with like $250,000 in cash down payment and lived there. Rosati lived it with his wife that he had just divorced. Interviewer interposing. Now, when you say cash, you mean by transfer or by hard cash? They actually had cash to pay all things. Interviewer. Okay. Interviewee. and we're able to come up with large checks as well. But yeah, actually, he lived with his wife. He's always had cash. Now, if you look at him on the surface, he's a barely getting by DEA agent who owes money to several people. I'm going to go ahead and stop there, guys. It's getting really, really interesting. Thank you guys for taking the time to listen. Let me know what you guys think about this. If you're still interested, I will continue going through. We still have quite a bit left. It's a really compelling read. But thank you guys so much for supporting us. If you have any questions or any comments, make sure you leave them at the bottom. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.